goal is to have every ambulance available for the citizens when there is a true emergency. So again, remember, use it, just don't abuse it.
First responders in Brownsville asking you to think before you call 911. A surge in emergency calls flooding the system as COVID infections rise. Channel 5's Rudy Mireles rode along with Brownsville Fire Department's ambulance service today to get a look at what they're experiencing. He joins us live in Brownsville. Rudy.
Good evening, Dina. This is a big problem for Brownsville Fire Department right now. And as we've learned in the recent days, Omicron is coming to us, and it's coming to us with less symptoms than the Delta variant and even the original COVID-19 strain before it. And that's got people worried, especially those who are asymptomatic and may have never experienced an infection before. But the Brownsville Fire Department says they will be ready to answer in every single call that comes their way. They're just asking folks to think before making frivolous calls that could save someone else's life.
Just this morning, we responded to a stroke call. We had a heart attack call.
To help you and your loved ones during your worst moments. Words Brownsville firefighters and paramedics live by. But recently,
1 out of every 10 911 calls is a true emergency where immediate advanced life support is needed.
The last couple of weeks, they've seen a 20% increase in 911 calls, a problem most likely the result of the Omicron variant, says Deputy Fire Chief Cesar Pedraza. But unlike the Delta variant wave, the majority of the calls...
I've just tested positive. I want to go to the hospital, but I also want my family of 5 or 6 to go on the ambulance and get checked out as well.
Putting stress on an already uncomfortable situation. Just over 7% of uniformed personnel either sick or in isolation, putting paramedics and firefighters at risk in an already dangerous job. To do the job safely, it takes time, something non-emergency calls hinder.
How often do you encounter people just not caring?
They're either not caring or not paying attention. So when we drive code 3, we always have to drive really cautious, drive with due regard. At the stoplights, we still stop, make sure there's no cars coming. They give us the right of way, and there we go.
A lot of people have this idea that when you turn on the lights and sirens that you guys are just full bore, but that's not the case.
We have to be very cautious.
Getting the patient where they need to go, just one part of the process. This, another time-consuming effort. Right here, decontaminating every piece of equipment that gets touched by a patient.
Even spraying themselves down. Another 30 minutes added to the end of a call.
Especially with COVID calls. So with COVID calls, we try to take the 30 minutes and really decon, because the last thing we want is to get another patient sick or someone to get our coworkers sick. Silent caution.
Time that could be the difference between life and death for you or a loved one. Pedraza says his team will always respond when called. They're just asking for your help so they can help you when you need it.
And we're all scared. We all want to get service as soon as possible, but we also want to make sure that the ambulances are available for those true emergencies.
I know everyone has a different opinion on everything. COVID makes our job really hard. There's a lot of things we have to account for, and if everyone just maybe gets vaccinated, it will be all right. But I mean, just to be careful when you're out there. If you're sick, of course, don't go out. Even if you don't have COVID, if you have the flu, I mean, you're still going to get people sick. So just try to be cautious.
Now, Pedraza says he doesn't want folks to shy away from calling 911 if they absolutely need it. He says making sure that if you're having symptoms from COVID, like experiencing chest pain, having trouble breathing, or maybe you or a loved one, you're looking a little blue in the lips, blue in the face, that means a lack of oxygen, pick up the phone, dial 911, and they will get there as soon as possible. But he says if maybe you just have questions about your symptoms, or maybe you're not developing any symptoms and you're worried that they could come, he says save those for your doctor. And if you don't have a doctor, you can always get to the city's website. That's btxcares.com. Again, btxcares.com. That's their entire website for everything COVID related. You'll be able to find answers to frequently asked questions. And of course, if they can't answer a question, there's a phone number there at the bottom of the website that you can call, and someone from the city will point you in the right direction. Live in Brownsville, Rudy Mireles, Channel 5 News at 6.